You wake up. It's a normal day.
It's a normal day. Dan's just got the Elden Ring DLC.
I am so excited.
So I'm watching him play that for a bit, and I was like, this is making me feel a bit dizzy. I'm feeling a bit, and you're like, it's probably just motion sickness. You're watching this. So I was like, I'm gonna go lie down for a bit, lay down for a bit, feeling more weird. I'm like, oh, I feel like I need to go to the bathroom. Gonna go to the bathroom. All I'm gonna say is it looked like a literal crime scene in there. So something is seriously wrong with me here. 10 minutes later, I came to Dan and say, I feel like I'm going to die.
I feel very weird.
I feel weird.
Very weird.
Let's go
maybe
to the hospital
now.
We get in a taxi to the hospital. I'm clenching my butt cheeks so hard, so I don't want to like...
You don't want to
make a mess.
Skidoo all over the taxi.
Taxi driver's like,
all right, lads, so what do you think about the Euros? Football.
Don't talk to me.
Well, that was my worst nightmare, because Phil was looking at me like, oh, I'm feeling dizzy. Dan, you need to do it. I was like, you want me
talk about
to
football.
do the football small talk with the cab driver? Taxi drops us off on the complete ironic, wrong end of the hospital.
Yeah.
So then we had to walk all the way around this building through the streets of London.
Man stops me like,
hey, do you want to donate to the animals?
How are you doing today? Have you got some money? Please put some money in the charity. And Phil was like, sir, if you don't get the hell out of my way, I'm going to shart blood into your charity. But like, you don't understand. Like, this is not a threat.
It's not a threat.
You want to save the pandas?
Yeah.
The pandas are, it's going to, oh, you move. But we shuffle around to the building.
We do.
We get in.
I look at you and go, I'm going to faint. The whole room was going black and white. I was getting fuzzies in my eyes.
And I was like, it's okay, buddy. We can sit you down in a chair. You've made it to the right place. You just need to speak to this lady, explain what's wrong, and then you can sit down. I'll get you a lilt. We got to the woman. She said, hi, who are you? What do you want? And Phil went, huh. The lady behind the reception desk goes, ah! And then Phil, who is no longer conscious decides to stop clenching. So in about 5 seconds, you were on the floor in an entire pool of your own blood, looking like a murder outline. And I was also a bit like, okay, that's quite dramatic. Now a helpful man runs up from behind with a wheelchair and is like, get him in the chair. So I'm like, okay, let's get him in the chair. So I'm trying to pick you up. God. And then this man in scrubs runs out and he goes, what are you doing? Did this guy just faint? And we're like, yes, but don't worry, because we got him.
He's in a chair.
In the chair.
I don't remember this.
If he's fainted, you don't put him in a chair, you put him on the floor.
Oh, yes.
So we scoop Phil out of the chair, and then this man in scrubs is just holding Phil's ankles in the air. Bed, get all the stuff out. 5 people were there. They lifted Phil onto the bed. They wheeled him round the corner, and I was like, I've got his shoes. I'm coming.
You're just like holding my shoes.
Like,
why are my shoes off?
Sorry everybody for the inconvenience. Very dramatic. Someone's going to have to clean all that up of the fly. You're back conscious at this point, and then you've got the IV, you've got the blood pressure, you've got the electrodes all over
and
you.
I'm just being very British then. I'm just like, so sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sure I'm fine.
And I'm just stood in the corner holding Phil's glittery Dan and Phil backpack like,
hi.
At this point, I was officially in the way. So I was like, what should I do? And they said, come here. And they put me in the relatives room. It was me and a very old lady that was just sat there like... It is pretty scary having a friend just go into the ICU and then they're like, go in this cupboard, we'll get you an necessary. And I was like, well, now what the hell am I doing? Because I had all this adrenaline. So I was like, well, I brought my laptop. I guess I'm just gonna edit the tour trailer. So I was just sat in this relatives room going...
I mean, you did a good job.
Open Chrome. Complications of what was the medicine that he got?
Then they did a blood test and realised what had happened to me was quite serious, as I'd lost a lot of blood.
A lot of it was on the floor.
I needed a blood transfusion. And as they were pumping me with Kyle's blood, I started to kind of perk up a little bit.
Yes, that was the problem.
Hello. I'm back.
This process was ages. I'm going to say at least 2 hours. And I was like, is Phil dead?
What's happening?
What is going on? I needed answers.
So you went on the hunt.
I went for a wander. I was like, I feel like it was a left. And then it was a right, and then it was past 2 other people's hospital beds, and then it was this one on the left. Turned around the corner, I was like, buddy, how you doing? And I noticed it was a guy handcuffed to a bed with 6 police officers. Oh, you're someone that has done... or been involved with big crime.
Large crime.
I definitely should not be here. As I just shuffled backwards, and then I said, hi, my friend Phil. I don't know where he was. I think it was in Reese's Pieces 3. Where'd you go? Just like, yeah, over here. went around the corner. Phil's just sat there going...
I was zoned out.
Basically, they found out that when they took a biopsy from Phil, they nicked an artery.
Yes.
And this is something that simply is incredibly unlikely to happen.
Anyway, then I was like, Dan, can you just go get me some stuff?
Yeah.
Like, just go home. So I sent Dan home. Then they transfer me to a ward. So then Nurse Susan comes in and she's like, oh, hey, how are you going? We're gonna move you. Hey, where's all your stuff gone? Did your son take it? Did your son take it? What? First of all, fuck you. So then they came to tell me that I would need surgery in the morning to kind of go up there, do a little stitching. And then I had the worst anxiety-induced sleep ever. But I did get a little bit of sleep.
Phil was like, oh, thanks, Dan. Try to enjoy some Elden Ring. I was like, well, at midnight, after being in hospital for 12 hours, after the most traumatic day ever, no.
They take me down to the anaesthetic room. Okay, we're just gonna give you something that's gonna make you a little bit woozy, but it's not the anaesthetic. I was like, oh yeah, okay, sure.
At this point, I did just do some gaming.
Yes.
Phil's gonna text me if he lives or dies.
For sure, I'll text you if I die. So I woke up, I was very groggy because I had morphine and the other opioid, starting with Fent and ending in nil. I had a very hot doctor who had to sit next to me when
Of course you do. Why are these the moments in life where you get the hot doctor?
And I was feeling very confident. So he was like, what do you do for work? And normally I'd just say, oh, I'm a video editor.
Try to downplay it.
I was just feeling very honest. I was like, I'm a YouTuber. I've got a channel called Dan and Phil Games. And he was like, oh, what? I'll load it up on my phone. And he said,
oh my God.
I could be a YouTuber. I was like, yeah, and I could talk about this in a video. Maybe I'll mention you. I think I was being so annoying. And he was just like,
wow.
Okay, mate. Okay. They said the surgery was a success.
Lovely work.
Then I texted Dan to say I'd survived and everything had gone well. This is when I was expecting a text back being like, oh my God, I'm so happy. You're alive.
You're so brave.
Well done. Do you know what he said? Okay. So I didn't realise they were just about to give me painkillers again. So Dan arrived, walked in the door like,
what's up, buddy?
Hey, Phil. And I was just like... So I wasn't very conversational, was I?
Thank God.
We just put some Below Deck on and watched that for a bit.
3 days later.
I was free to go after that.
Phil was just like, I'm coming home. Yeah. Like, what, by yourself?
And I was like, actually, good thing, because I looked at my phone and the Australians had just leaked the tour. So that happened, we had to preemptively do all the announcements.
Just post a cheeky poster.
I was lying in bed with my ass in the air, just hoping I didn't move. Since then, I've been alright, actually.
Can we go on a holiday right now?
Yeah.
Or is this completely ruined that?
They just said don't jump in the sea at high velocity and also don't go on a jet ski.
Basically just been sleeping
and reading
for 24 hours a day.
But I'm gonna be fine, and I've decided not to take any personal trauma from this. No anxiety.
Yes.
It's fine.
You're just gonna put it in a little box, say that it was fine, everything worked out.
Use humour
Scoot.
as a coping.
Exactly.